Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Popeye Minute. It is November 9th, 8:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, what I'm doing tonight is I'm running a test and testing our stream that we had issues with. And if you were watching us this weekend when we were kind of podcasting from the Fort Worth stockyards, little did we know that the T-Mobile coverage was horrible. So that video is not really that great. You can hear some of the audio. Of course, my voice is no longer great, but it is what it is. So we wandered around the stockyard looking for the, let me show you here real quick, looking for the Texas Motorcycle Stampede, November 7th and 8th, 2025 in the Fort Worth stockyards. And let me tell you, I have to say this, that should have been a lesson learned for those people. The Stampede epicenter was tucked away in the back of the stockyard in an area where they call the stockyard station. Now, it was on a back lot or a back ballroom, and they had a few dealers, motorcycle builders, so on, there toward the back parking lot. And of course, they had a few little signs out there that didn't explain everything. So we wandered around inside there just talking. And you know, the real cool thing about the stockyards is on a good, clear, beautiful day, there's a lot of people that flock there. And there's, like I said in the video, it is just all kinds of people, all colors, all sizes, bunch of cowgirls, oh yeah, they look good, cowboys, and a few bikers standing around. Well, when we first got there, riding our bikes, the first issue was parking. The second issue was to find out where the stampede was at. Now, we saw some motorcycles. There was probably maybe 50 motorcycles in one spot near the station. And that wasn't a good sign when we saw that many bikes. Then the other thing was finding it, where it was going on at. They had all these different events there, but nothing that really told you where things were going to go on. And of course, they told us what the prices would be, but where at, how they're going to control it. We had all kinds of visions of how this was going to work, and all kinds of visions of how it would not work. And I think the vendors and the organizers got a severe lesson. Now, we ended up in the back parking lot where there was a mobile cigar place. Yeah, interesting thing. Next podcast we have on, we will download that video we have. And because we did take video, not live. And so it'll be interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to write that one off as a dud. And they had a car show, too, which we found one car. A cool-looking old Mercury. And it's in that video live number 1 that I got copyrighted for music that the cigar lounge was playing. Now, that's one thing that I have an issue with YouTube, the fact that you're not playing copyrighted music, that it's someone else. But all that crap on YouTube and many others is done by algorithms, AI or whatever else, whatever you want to call it. It's incredible. And we still have issues with the stream here. As you can see, it's flickering. And I think we're going to put a new video card in here, upgrade it, and see if we can stop that. There were times that we didn't have that years ago, but we do now. So, but hey, understand we're working on it. We're working on it. So we'll go ahead and spend the money for a new video card and see if we can fix it. Yeah. But moving on, everybody, as I said, we would, in this little test that we're doing right now, that we would talk about Schumer's shutdown, which is not helping anything. Now today, they come up and they said, hey, key Senate Democrats, Republicans reach a deal. Uh-oh. Whenever they make a deal, hang on to our pockets. Hang on to our pockets is what I say. But I want you to listen to this video that I'm fixing to play. And this senator is going to, or congressman, I don't know what he is, he's explaining how this is going to work. Get ready. Get ready. Let me do a couple things here, and I'll switch it.
Hey guys, it's Sunday evening and we're about ready to have our first vote to move to finally reopen the government. It's been ridiculous. The Democrats have been absolutely absurd. So let me give you the rundown on how this works. Right now we got to have a motion to proceed. That means to get on the bill. Once we pass that, which we've already have 10 Democrats that have agreed to vote with us, so we had the votes. Once it's passed, technically it invokes 20 or 30 hours of debate. Now the Democrats can yield all that back if they want to. After that, we have another vote, and that's to amend the clean CR that the House sent over. Now, what that means is the House sent over a clean CR on all 12 appropriation bills. We have 3 appropriation bills that we're amending. So we have the LEDGE, we have MILCON, which is military, and AG. Now, AG is where the SNAP program is. So we're going to have to amend 3 of the 12 appropriation bills and then CR the rest of the 9 and then send that back to the House after we vote on it. But once we vote to amend it, it invokes another 30 hours of debate and before we can actually vote on the bill. So if the Democrats want to drag this out, they can drag it out for 60 hours. Now, it's ridiculous because the vote's already there, but there's some presidential hopefuls that want to, Democrat presidential hopefuls, that want to drag this out and like plant their flag and say, this is awful, we're not going to do this. Well, that means we won't be able to get to that vote until Wednesday. That means the House has to come back in and vote after we do, which would mean probably the government wouldn't reopen until Thursday. Now, if the Democrats want to yield back the time, we could get all 3 votes done tonight. The House could come back in, vote, and the government could be reopened back tomorrow night. So we'll see what they do. More than likely, they're going to try to continue to hold you guys as leverage points.
Will somebody explain that to me? Someone explain that to me. None of this is helping. None of it. Matter of fact, it's adding to the national debt. And we want some of you young kids on TikTok to understand that we're heading toward $38 trillion in debt, national debt. 38. Listen to me. If you're going to add millions of people into this country, you better have a roaring economy to be able to afford to feed all the people that are on SNAP, which is full of fraud, including illegal aliens getting benefits, illegal aliens taking jobs at lower wages. The list runs on and on. But you have to understand we're all contributing to the debt, the national debt. I'm going to give you some shocking figures. Listen up, young people. Listen up. Right now, the average American person, this is credit card debt, is almost $6,000. Matter of fact, it's $5,333 of credit card debt. Now, if you pay the minimum payment with their wacky, crazy interest rates on these credit cards over 10 years, it's going to cost you about 10 grand, what's somewhere in there. It's crazy. It'll take you 10 years to pay it off. And who knows what direction the interest rates are going to go on these credit cards. Don't load up your credit cards. Don't use your credit cards. Don't use your credit card to go to a concert and get a front row ticket for $1,000. Because you've heard me talk about this before. When I used to do the concerts, and I'd ask the young ladies that are up on the front rows what they paid for their ticket and how did they afford it. Credit card. Don't do it. Don't load it up. You've got to learn to manage your money. Got to do it. Listen up, everybody. Yeah, let me get this, see if this will go. I don't know why it's not switching. This is what we currently have. $1.5 trillion in student loans. $1.4 trillion in car loans. $10.5 trillion in home mortgages. And the lunatic that's not lowering mortgage rates, he's not helping. He's not helping. Matter of fact is, he's just another person that's trying to throw us into debt and cause us chaos and everything else. That's all it says. Listen here. Listen here, everybody. The student loans are a trap. They're a trap. And people bitch and complain about it. But you know what? Many of them made stupid loans. And once they got that card, that credit cards and everything else, they load them up. They load them up. You have to learn how to manage your money. And one thing you don't need to do is go to Yale or one of these yippee yahoo colleges for a teaching degree or liberal arts or other things. You don't have to go to one of these colleges. As a matter of fact is, Columbia and others now are being looked at as not a very good choice. Because now you have businesses questioning the validity questioning their validity of their choices they've made and their degrees. Think about that. Whether it's these liberal universities, these businesses should be testing you. They need to know if your degree is legitimate or whether you was just taught a bunch of wokeness and everything else. You don't need to spend tremendous amounts of money to get an education. And many of you are just not getting, you don't care. But you run up debt. And that debt can last 20 years. And inhibit your ability to have good things, a home, and everything else. And a lot of times I see too many young people that are driving cars that they cannot afford. Because I promise you, you want to get to the point that you can have a good life, that you know how to manage your money, and that you know how to make your money grow. That's the important thing. That's the important thing. So I want somebody to explain to me why they just can't say, hey, it's time, both sides, bite the bullet, vote to pass the continuing resolution, and get things going again. Why they got to jack around with all this silly crap is because of Democrats. They're not helping. They're trying to cause chaos. And yeah, you can go on X right now, and the Democrats are attacking like crazy because it is a free speech platform. So you can get on there and be stupid. But this is what's going on tonight. And like I said, I apologize for the mess up of the live video. It came out of the stockyards. And I should have done it all on a DJI camera and not trust the live feed. But you live and learn, right? Kind of like a stockyard stampede. With that, everybody, have a great evening, and I am finished the test. Thank you for viewing. Bye-bye.